Hey guys, Mino here with Integral Bricks, and today we're going to be doing the second update on the unnamed Clone Wars series Star Wars Lego MOC that I'm working on my channel. It's a new series where we're going to build a UCS AT-TE on a backdrop of a planet that is yet to be determined. And that is going to be the point of this video. We're going to have some votes on what you guys think. I'm going to present a couple options, and then we're going to have a link in the video right in this corner. It's going to be a little I button, and you can vote on which planet you want this MOC to be based on. So I'll go over those options in a little bit, but let's just review what happened in the last video. I got my parts ready by dropping my UCS Millennium Falcon. I also asked you guys what your opinions were on what minifigures you wanted in the MOCs. So our options were essentially Phase 2 clones, Phase 1 clones. I expressed my opinion. I like them both. But as you guys can see right here on the video, and if you can't see, I'll zoom in on the image. But the results were that people were definitely in favor of the Phase 1 clones, which is kind of surprising to me. But it's a vast majority. It's about 20% to 80% when I'm checking this right now. So I think we're going to go with Phase 1. And once again, this is what the Phase 1 clone looks like. It's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to be able to use them actually, because I've never actually used them in a MOC before, so it should be fun. They're not as elaborate in design as the Phase 2s, but a lot of people use the Phase 2, so it'll be interesting to see a Phase 1. I also have the Commander version right here, and somewhere in my collection, I couldn't find it for this video, I have a blue one, so I don't like a blue helmet clone. I think that was the Sergeant or something, and then we have some regular ones. So it's always fun when you got a lot of nice minifigures to build a MOC for. I'm very excited for it. So that should be fun to do. And then moving on to the main point of this video is going to be the voting on what planet we want to see. So I'll give you guys the options. I think right now we're going to do, there's going to be 3 options. And those options are Geonosis, the planet Geonosis, the planet Ryloth, and the planet Tatooine. If you're not familiar with any of those planets, I'm going to go over them in this video so that you guys can make an educated decision on which one you want to see. So it should be interesting to do. So I guess we're going to start with Geonosis, which I think is the most, not most popular, or it might be the most popular, but it's the most common when you think of Phase 1 clones, because that's where they were actually seen in the movie. It's the only time Phase 1s were seen in the movie. I know a lot of us have seen the Clone Wars series, and they're pictured in that series, I think in the first 2 seasons, but in the movies, Episode 2 is the first episode that actually shows Phase 1 clones in the Battle of Geonosis. So, obviously, it's a pretty normal thought to think that I might want to build Geonosis. And I am pretty interested in it as well. The benefits of building Geonosis, I'll go over the pros and cons of each. Geonosis has a lot of open space, a lot of spires that might be fun to build. It's also, I don't know how popular this game is anymore, but Battlefront 2, the EA version, which is the modern version that people play, they are releasing a Clone Wars kind of DLC, but I think it's for free, and it's coming out this fall. So right around the time that I would be working on this MOC, there's going to be new Battlefront maps for Geonosis, and I think it's just going to be Geonosis. They're not going to be working on the other 2 maps that I already have suggested in this video, but that may help give me some ideas. I might be able to play the map, see some cool building ideas, and try and recreate stuff, which is helpful. But I don't actually know how popular the game is anymore. I know it has a lot of bad reviews. I personally enjoy the game. I played it a whole bunch when it came out, and I played it for months actually, and I really like it. I don't have any complaints about it. It was a little bit weird, but they've since fixed all the known issues that I'm aware of, and it's a fun game. I just don't play it too much anymore because most of my friends don't play it, but I would definitely give it another go if they're going to do the Clone Wars, and I'll definitely get back on it pretty soon, and I'll see how the game has changed. But I don't know how much publicity that will actually add for us, so if you're thinking that you're going to vote for Geonosis, do so based not only on the fact that the game is coming out, because there's more to it. And also with Geonosis, the problem is, and this is a problem with a lot of these desert planets in Star Wars, they're not the light tan color, so the color that you're seeing, this base plate, they're not that color, and that's the color that I already have a lot of bricks of. So they're probably closer to the, you know, dark orange or dark tan brick color, as you can see right here, which isn't good because I don't have that many of those. I have a ton of these light tan bricks, and that's why I wanted to originally make a desert planet. But yeah, Geonosis is definitely not really covered in this color that much, which is unfortunate because then I'd have to buy a lot of parts, and that's something that I don't exactly want to do for this MOC if I don't have to. So just keep that in mind when you're voting also. So Ryloth is a planet that's only appeared in the Clone Wars TV show. There's been a bunch of episodes on it, and I really like the episodes, especially the ones where Mace Windu's troops, using AT-TEs, climb along that ridge line and try and attack the base that has that magnetic bridge. I think that was a really cool episode and a really cool landscape to build. So I would definitely be interested in building that. However, the issue with that is that, once again, the color is a little bit different than the color that I already have. And the fact is that I would have to basically do a lot of rock work again because the ridge line is up on a rock. So it's not something that's very new to me, so it might not be as fun to actually build or watch the segments of updating, but I think the end product would look pretty cool, just like with the other two options. So, you know, I'm going to include a bunch of images of Ryloth. It was a very interesting planet to see. Another issue with it that I could potentially see, or it's a potential issue, is that I don't have any Twi'lek minifigures. That's the indigenous population of Ryloth. It's the Twi'lek species of Star Wars. So I don't have any of those, so that means I'd have to either buy some or not include them in the MOC. It's not a huge problem, but it's just something to think about, because as well with Geonosis, I'd have to include those the Geonosian figures that look like mosquitoes or something. But so that's something that we have to think about. And especially since this MOC is not going to be as large as Endor actually is, we have to think about the actual layout and the real estate of what we're going to be building. So with Ryloth, there's that ridge line, but there's also other scenes in that episode where they come more to like this little, I'm not even sure what it is, but it's like a desert, and there's little holes in the ground and stuff, so I like that scene as well. So it's very possible that I could be working on that scene instead of the ridgeline AT-TE scene. So there's a lot of options for that, and if you guys are more interested in that planet, vote for that planet in the voting poll. And then the third and final option is a Star Wars classic, Tatooine. Now Tatooine, the big thing it has going for it is that the sand on Tatooine is the light tan color, which is the parts that I have a lot of. But the issue with Tatooine is that, as far as I'm aware, there were no Clone Wars battles on Tatooine because Tatooine is essentially run by the Hutts. So I'm not sure how historically accurate that might be in the MOC, but it does have the sand the same color as the piece that I have, and it's a huge planet, so there's definitely a possibility that I could make a MOC there and it would be realistic. It's one of the main Star Wars planets, like I said, so it's very possible that there were battles there, and that's about that. A lot of people, what they think of Tatooine is like the Cantina Band and stuff like that, and Luke's home, and so it has kind of this reputation of not a Clone Wars planet, so it might be a little bit difficult to build as a Clone Wars MOC, but I think I could do it. The slate is kind of clean there, so I don't have any real preconceived ideas for that one yet. So if you guys have ideas for Tatooine, you can definitely comment them down below. And if you guys don't want to just simply vote, you can voice your opinions in the comments, because if you have a unique reason for why you want to vote for something, definitely let me know in the comments, because I don't think there's an option to say really why you're voting for whatever you're voting for in the voting poll. But so if you guys want to do that, you can do that down in the comments section, and I'll be reading them all. But I just want to say thank you guys for all the support on the last video. I had a ton of people voting just right away. In the first couple days, it already went up to, I don't really remember how many people it was, but I think it was like over 30 people voted on it. So thank you guys so much for that. It tells me that you guys are interested in this, and it's going to be a fun series. So without further ado, I guess the next video is going to be the results of what planet we want to see, and maybe I'll even start the AT-TE, which Now that I'm saying it out loud, that's probably what I'll be doing for the next video, and maybe even some of the landscaping by then. So this MOC's going to move right along as quickly as we can go, and it's going to be a fun time. So thank you guys for watching. Be sure to vote in this video, and be sure to also like and subscribe, and tell your friends about the video and the channel, because I plan on making a lot more videos a lot more frequently. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.